anything else, let me introduce myself to you. I am Jasper L. Paliana, your host for today's issue. So upon these days, communication is more on diversity here in our community. So as we all know, that social literacy can help us to provoke or to prevent some issues that we are facing right now. The tackle for today or the topic that we are ensuring is the social literacy. So before anything else, let me introduce the social literacy itself. So the social literacy is the ability to communicate to others or to interact with others using any perspective or any perspective on that person that you are using or the person that you are communicating with. I have some visitors that they are explaining to you what is social literacy. So let's go. But before anything else, allow them to introduce themselves.
And my name is Sarden A. Ipon, studying at Malski Agrovalley College, took up a Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English.
And I'm Cardian El Tagulaw.
You know their name and sit here. So today we are talking about, or we are explaining or elaborating the social literacy. So before that, I have a question. Why people or a person are afraid when it comes to speaking in front of many people?
So that the environment that they growing up is either quiet or silent, so they adopt that kind of attitude.
So, yeah. It's simply because if the person has no confidence, like what you said earlier, eventually they cannot speak in front of many people. And if that person cannot be, or if that person are not interacting with others, and then the environment is going up, or they are translating it, or coping it, that's why they are not interacting or communicating with others. Especially in this community, many persons or many individuals are too shy type, you know that, shy type, and day by day, they're always using cell phone, not interacting with others. So how can they probably connect with others if they cannot speak or if they are not speaking to someone? Yeah, let's proceed to our topic, which is the social literacy. So Miss Sarah, for you, what is social literacy?
For me, social literacy is concerned itself with the development of social skills, knowledge, and positive human values that enable human beings to act positively and responsibly in range of complex social settings.
So, in the short, that social literacy is the development of a person on how they are interacting with others. Yeah. And did you know that social literacy they have many aspects. I think it's greetings, understanding the listener, something like that. So, do you know the parts of, or the concept of social literacy? I think so, they have that, right? So, what is the first, or what is the one?
I think the first is greetings.
In Mr. Tagulaw, what is greetings?
Greetings is children develop relationship with others first by interacting with them. The first step in a social interaction is greeting someone. Greetings others is done, not only with words like hi or how are you.
So, meaning to say that greetings is the first step when it comes to social literacy, right? So, in short, that greetings something like what he said earlier, that hi, hello, and greetings is not just about the words that you are saying it. Greetings can be sign language or something like this, right? Because if I do these things, like I do these things to you, you know what I mean. I am waving or I am treating at you, right? So it is not just about the verbal you speak on, or it is about the hand gesture, something like that. And there are more.
Do you have any idea or you know the fundamental principle in literacy?
I remember the things when it comes to social literacy. That is the initiating the conversation. So in order to carry out a conversation, a child or a person must be initiated. When we say initiate, he or she must start to speak up. When the conversation starts, he or she needs to start to speak who do that persons are talking about it. And children or a person has to require turn taking and reciprocity. I am speaking in front of you and you must speak in front of my face too. Something like that.
And so we have understanding the listener.
Oh, what is that?
So, the understanding the listener, once a conversation is initiated, it has to be maintained in order to do that.
So, it is simply that when the conversation starts, you must need or you must listen first, right? Before you someone is talking to your front or if someone is talking, then you must listen. This is that kind of scenario. If I am talking, you must listen. And if you are speaking, I must listen first. Yeah? Because understanding the listener is one of the prominent when it comes to speaking or if you are speaking in front. Because if you don't listen, then eventually you don't understand what she or he is speaking of, right?
Empathy. Empathy is more than perspective taking. It means that one is able to feel what is real other person feels.
So, empathy is, I remember the times when my friends are rants or saying his problem to me. And I think of their know about the fundamental principle in social literacy is very helpful. Earlier, my two visitors came here to explain what is social literacy. But that's not the end. Because I have more what is social literacy. But that's not the end. Because I have more visitors that she also explain or give insights about what's happening or about social literacy. So may we go on our second visitor, which is Ma'am Ira. Come on. So before that, allow her to introduce herself. So what's your name?
Ira Esperata.
She is my second visitor that sharing her thoughts about what is social literacy. So take your seats, ma'am. So earlier, my two visitors are very good in answering my questions, and they are expressing their thoughts about social literacy, which is, but first, you know what is social literacy, right? It is the things or it is the ability of person which she can or he can interact with others, or some people are interacting with others. So they give me a fundamental principles of social literacy, which is that empathizing, understanding the literacy, greetings, especially because the first aspect or the first principle is greetings, right? Something like this. And now, my question to you is, what is your advice to those person who has a lack of low esteem, which is they don't have any energy or lots of confidence when it comes to speaking or when it comes to communicating with others. So what is your advice for them?
Having a communication is going to have a friendship.
Yes, eventually, because if you communicate or interact with others, eventually you are getting to know each other, right?
Yes.
Then if you know each other, absolutely you are going to friendship or you have a friendship. Because I myself is not just about, or it's not literally good when it comes to speaking, or I am not conversation, or I don't have any conversation with others. So I started when I entered in college, and I built that kind of skills. That's why I have many friends, because I am communicating them, or like what you said, having a conversation with others is going to friendship, right? So, do you have any idea, or can you give me some fundamental principles in social literacy? Because I know that you know that because you are a studying at Malasiki Aldo Valley College, right? Because Malasiki Aldo Valley College is one of the high standards when it comes to English, right? So I know that you know what is social literacy. So can you give me some fundamental principles of social literacy?
And that is reading in social cues. It is very important to read social cues in a conversation. Cues are the hints and signals that guide us to the next thing to say or do. Social cues can be verbal or non-verbal.
Yes, because when you speak, or when the conversation starts, they are hints, right?
Yes.
Like, you know what is egocentrism? Egocentrism is, it's either good for you or good for me. It's either bad for you or bad for me. But starting a conversation is having a barriers, because you are not always saying those words, but eventually that you know your limits when it comes to speaking. So reading in social cues, right? Reading in social cues is the hints that maybe you need to stop, you need to continue, or you need to pause, because you're not just saying, or you're not just about speaking faster. Thank you so much, Miss Ira, for your time to come here to my very wonderful events or interview. It's so very helpful to me, because I know what I'm doing, I know what is social literacy, and this is the most issue that we are facing, right? Is you know what is marites, right? Because they are using many words that they don't know what is meaning. So it's very helpful to me it's very helpful to me to understand and to create a wonderful or beautiful conversation itself. So thank you so much for your time, and I hope you will come back here soon. But before that, allow me to call again the two visitors earlier, and to thank you for your time, and to listen up, or to listen what our topic today. So earlier, I have many visitors that they are explained to you, or they explain to you what is social literacy, and I hope you get a lot of knowledge about what we did earlier. So allow me to call them again to say thank you for your listening, and to get this privilege, or to take this opportunity to say thank you, because they spend their time to come here in my event. So welcome again, my three visitors. She is Miss Sarah, and she is Miss Ira, and he is Mr. Tagulao. So thank you so much for your time and efforts to go here to cope again, and to explain what is social literacy. And I think that is very helpful, and I think that may lead a proper conversation. So do you have anything to say?
Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you get a lot of knowledge.
And Miss Ira, do you have anything to say?
So, thank you too, and you allow me to speak.
Say, and Mr. Tagulao, anything to say? So having enough time to initiate a conversation, we must learn about what we need to do when it comes to speaking in front of many people. Because I know some of the person are not totally familiar with speaking of many people, because they are afraid, they are lost of confidence. But all I can say is you don't need to afraid to speak in many people, because you're speaking only, but you need to learn or you need to understand what you are saying first. So, thank you so much for this kind of opportunity that we share to you what is social literacy. And I hope some of you or some of the viewers or watching is getting a knowledge from what we did earlier. Again, this is Jasper El Payada signing off.